everybody, this is Dr. Dane to explain what the bleep is the ESB. Exactly. Well, it stands for energetic synthesis of being. And I named it that for a few reasons, because it actually describes it, but also nobody knows what the heck that is. So you can't really limit or define it, but it's the very same thing with your being. Think about one of those days where you wake up and you're grateful to be alive and you're just happy and it feels like everything is going your way. That's when you're actually being you. That really is the essence of it, where you have a sense of peace, you have a sense of ease, you have a sense of joy, and everything just seems to work for you. Where you touch things and they seem to get greater, you think about things and they start to show up. That's really what ESB is about, you getting to be. And it really is you getting to be you. You may have heard I wrote a book called Being You, Changing the World. Well, that book actually came originally from transcripts of ESB classes. So if you've read it, or if you know somebody who has, that's sort of the energy of it and the sense of it. And if you'll read the book, you realize it is totally nonlinear. In fact, every printing company we've ever gone to said, you really need to you need to put this in paragraphs. And we're like, no, keep it the way we have it, because it's a free flow, just like your being is. What the ESB gives you is a platform for your very being. Now, I didn't understand this for a long time, and I was facilitating ESB classes for several years. And then I got this awareness that something needed to change. And I created a class called SOP, the Symphony of Possibilities. And so I stopped doing ESBs, went directly to SOP, the Symphony of Possibilities, where I had people work on each other. And there was this weird wonkiness, which is kind of like, how you have weird wonky times in your life? Well, it matched the weird wonkiness the class matched the weird wonkiness that a lot of people have in their lives a lot of the time. And I'm like, what was going on? And so I started asking a lot of questions. And what I realized was, without the platform for their being that ESB gives you, they don't actually have a platform from which to launch their rocket ship called their life and their capacities and their abilities and their brilliance and their creative energies and the space of ease that they know is possible. And they've never been taught to have a platform for being in their lives. And so what happens is people are shooting their rocket ship and it's going What ESB gives you is a platform for your very being, where those energies of being that I've been talking about, the ease, the peace, the joy, the creation, the creativity, the connection, the communion, the gratitude, the intimacy with others, the intimacy with the planet and plants and animals, that's what you start to have. And how do you get there? Well, I tell people at the very beginning of class, we're going to be together in a room for 3 days. All kinds of stuff is going to happen. Nobody's going to know where the heck we're going. And 3 days from now, you're just going to have a sense of being you that's totally different. And it's one of my favorite classes to facilitate, because you see people who have always known that they had a sense of something different, who've always known that there was something that should have been possible for them that they don't seem to be able to choose. And after the ESB class, they actually get that awareness of them as a being existing here. And they start to be able to make those choices and start to have those choices available. And it occurs with more ease than you ever thought possible. And it occurs partially from my facilitating other people in class, partially from me doing energetic sessions on stage with people. And when you're in the audience and you're listening, or you're watching at home, you get the session that the person on the table gets. And with a number of these going on in class, that expands what we're creating by the conversations, by the questions, and by the verbal processing that we're doing. It's really fun. We laugh far more than anybody should laugh in a class, and have such a good time. And it really is this sort of joyful, easy path to being. This joyful, easy path to being you. It's really what the ESB is. How much can we change in 3 days? Well, let me tell you, the sky isn't even the limit. It goes beyond that. It universes, basically. And you've heard this idea that you're an infinite being, I'm sure, by now, if you've done any access at all. If you actually allow yourself to just for a moment get the space of that, get the energy of that, get the awareness of that, how much ease shows up for you. Because if you're truly infinite, if you're truly as big as the universe as a being, what else becomes possible that doesn't seem possible right now? Consider yourself warmly invited to come and play in an ESB. What if you truly being you are the gift, the change, and the possibility this world requires? You are, but you have to be you in order to choose to be it. I look forward to seeing you there, beautiful people. Bye-bye.